Yo, what's up, guys? Week 2, Eric, Nick, who they about to find out. You're damn right. This game feels like week 1. This game does feel like week 1. Screw it. That last game, a lot of penalties, a lot of stuff to clean up. But I think this week, man, I think we unleash the beast. I think Liam Cohen just lets it rip with the play calling. I think the defensive play calling gets stronger. I think Trevor Lawrence steps in and gets used to everything. And I think today's going to be a good day, man. I'm excited. It's 9 a.m. pregame, baby. Who's doing shots? Not me. Not me. Took all of my my old people medicine. How's that? Also, guys, how's the camera look today? I changed the settings. I need some opinions. This is the first stream with the new camera settings. It's not a new camera, but it's new settings. I'm hoping it looks better. Also, I can't get my glasses clean. Whatever. We're ready to rock. Getting the smoker ready. Let's go. I don't even know what I'm doing. We didn't get like snacks today. We'll probably have to grab something to eat for the game. Good looking Mother Tucker. I am a Mother Tucker. I like to tuck mothers into bed very kindly, you know. And have a good night, little kiss on the forehead. Have a lovely evening. £7.5 Boston butt on at 6 a.m. Let's go, Nick. Let's go. We love to see it. We love to see it. I'm ready, boys. I have been waiting patiently. Not even patiently. I said yesterday, I wish I was as into NBA as NFL because they at least get to play a few times a week. And you get to watch your team play a couple times, so. But I understand with NFL, you can't play that many times a week because you're going to get people injured. Yeah, Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel. Laces out. I like to tuck myself and parade around like a mother. Oh no. Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire. Sorry, guys, my dog's going crazy. We're letting my brother's dogs out, and he lives next door. And they can't go out at the same time because they bark at each other. So they're going to bark inside until we let them out. All right, let's get the day started. So far, let's pull up Pick'ems. Let's pull up Pick'ems. Here we go. So, who all picked Green Bay to win? I said it last week that I believe in the Washington Commanders, but I believe in the Packers a little bit more, and that didn't disappoint. The Packers won 27-18. Packers defense looks like a championship defense, not gonna lie. Nick took Green Bay. I believe Eric took Green Bay as well. I think there was only 2 guys in the Pick'ems that chose the Commanders, and I think Corbin was one of them, unfortunately. So let me go back. Can I go back and look at the group? Let's go look at the group. Yeah, here's Nick, 14-2. There you go. You chose them. I know Palm Bay did. Fear the Joker took the Packers. Also, Palm Bay with a strong lead overall, 15-2. Rhett took Green Bay. Big Charles, I believe, took Green Bay. My brother, for sure, took Green Bay. Don't even have to click on it. I know Corbin took. Vic took Green Bay. Eric, you took Green Bay. All Elite Jaguars took the Commanders. Oh, another one, Commanders. Duval Jags took Commanders. Icy's took Green Bay, and I don't think Mike has been playing. So yeah, three people in our Pick'ems league took Commanders, which honestly, going into it, I thought it would have been a little bit closer than that. 27-18, 9-point game is pretty high for what I thought that would have been. I knew Green Bay's defense was that good, but I figured Commanders' offense would have been a little bit better to step up to the plate. Had them covering too on Hard Rock. Yeah. I mean, overall, it was a good game. Kind of got boring there for a little bit. You know, usually heavy defensive games can get somewhat boring, but still good. Can't complain about it. All right, this is the big game of the day. Only 9% of people picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to win. 9%. We are the 9%, guys. We picked the Jags to win it. I said, 27-23 was my score prediction. I hope it's not as close. I want to feel comfortable in this game. I want the Jags to step up, take a heavy lead. But we'll see what happens. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting excited. I really want to see some fun stuff go down today. I want to see the offense unleash. I want to see the defense lock in, get a little bit better with the run game. I don't want to see as many penalties as we saw. So we'll see. We'll see. Dallas Cowboys against the Giants. The Giants look like a terrible team. They cannot keep doing what they're doing. I'm sorry, Brian Dable. I liked you going in a couple years ago to take this job, and it just doesn't seem like it's panning out. Things aren't going the way that they should. Dallas Cowboys should win this one. I don't like what Jerry Jones did with Michael Parsons, but I understand he has been locking in a lot of other guys with contracts, keeping those guys around. So instead of just paying one guy a ton of money, you get to pay a lot of guys a decent amount of money and keep that going. So I like what the Cowboys are doing. They should for sure beat the Giants. I picked the Bears in an upset against Detroit. Only 10% of people picked the Bears. So I am the few and the proud with that. Eric says the Cowboys would have won if they hadn't dropped so many balls. It was pretty bad. They could have won there at the end as well. Yes, that pass from Dak to CD was a little bit out, but CD had that extension. He's a great wide receiver. Those are the types of catches that you expect a receiver like that who makes that much money to make in a big game like that, especially opening game against a rival. You should make stuff like that. Going back to drops, you said drops. A lot of people said that Chicago could have won if it wasn't for all the drops. They're not blaming Caleb Williams for all the drops, which is fine. He's not the one catching the ball. He's not the one dropping the ball. But, say the same things about Trevor. Trevor's been, at the top of the list when it comes to drop balls, and no one in the media even says that at all. But they said all week, oh, Chicago, if there wasn't so many drops, they would have won. Caleb Williams is still a really good quarterback. Keep that same energy when you're talking about the Jags, which, with that being said, I watched the Bears game. Yes, there was a lot of drops. I thought Caleb Williams looked really good in the first half. Detroit didn't look as good, but they did go up against Green Bay. We'll see. I think Chicago can come in with the upset and make the Lions 0-2, which would be pretty big for that division. If Detroit starts out 0-2, that would be pretty devastating for them, because that's going to be a really good Really good division. All right, Rams, Tennessee. Rams looked pretty good last week. Tennessee, they said the same thing about drops and all that stuff, but Tennessee is not that good of a team. I think the Rams just heavily go in and take advantage of the Titans and win that. For our sake, let's hope the Titans go 0-2. That would be fantastic. All right, New England Dolphins. Yes, they both lost, but Miami by far looked like the worst team in the NFL last week. I think the Patriots take this. I don't think technically you can call this an upset, even though Miami for the past few years has been a better team than the Patriots. Patriots have a better coach this year. They have some good additions. I like Drake May. I don't think Drake May is going to end his career at the top of the list as far as great quarterbacks go, but I think he's going to be a serviceable quarterback. One that you don't have to pay a lot of money, but one that will, be able to win you some games and keep you in the potential wild card spot for a few years. Are they going to get it or are they not? It's always going to be close. I feel like that's what it'll be. All right, yeah, I take Patriots in that because Dolphins just look by far like the worst team. And a team that we thought was going to look like the worst team, the Saints, didn't really look that bad, but they're still not going to be a great team. 49ers, though, without Brock Purdy, without George Kittle, can the Saints pull off an upset? I made my pick before all that happened. We'll see what happens. Can the Saints come in with an upset? 90% of the people picked the 49ers. 10% of the people picked the Saints. We'll see what happens there. All right, Buffalo Bills at New York Jets. The Jets looked really good, even though they lost against the Steelers last week. It was a close game. I think that was, 30? It was like 34 or something, 32, 33, 31, something like that. I can't remember. But the Bills, on the other hand, again, close game with the Ravens, but by far the Bills' offense is the best offense in the league. I want the Jags to go to the Super Bowl, but I really think that the Bills and the Packers have a chance to be in the Super Bowl with each other, and that would be an insane Super Bowl. By far the best offense so far in the league against by far the best defense in the league. We've got to see Green Bay's defense twice. Let's see what the Bills can do this week. I think the Bills get this dub pretty easily, I would say, against the Jets. The Mac attack. Mac Jones, we're probably going to see him ourselves. Week 4. Can we get the dub against the 49ers? If we can keep it rolling, let's get that dub today. Let's roll that in against the Texans. I believe next week we get to wear our throwback jerseys. I think it's a home game. We get to wear the throwbacks. If we can go into that game 2-0, we got the advantage being at home. We got throwbacks. I think we can get this shit, boys. I think we can get this shit, boys. All right. Seattle, Corbin, I don't know if you're in here yet, but I wanted to pick Seattle just because Corbin, he's a new part of our Pick'em show on Tuesdays. He's been a Seattle fan for a while. But the Steelers, they played really good. I think the Steelers are gonna win this one. Unfortunately, they're gonna be 2-0 to start the season. Mike Tomlin always finds a way, even though people said that the team's not great. Aaron Rodgers is falling apart. I said that myself. How can you do this with an old Aaron Rodgers? You get rid of George Pickens, you bring in DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's a great wide receiver, but I still feel like you should have done something, kept both. We'll see, but I still think Pittsburgh gets the win here. 80% of the people agree with me on that. This right here, we don't have to talk that much about. Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the defense against Cleveland Browns. Baltimore is going to come back, bounce back. They're going to be 1-1. Cleveland Browns are going to be 0-2. When are they going to put in Shedeur? People are asking. Are they going to play Shedeur Sanders? Is it going to happen? Are they going to put in Gabriel at some point? And then maybe if that doesn't work out, are the people going to go crazy and call for Shedeur Sanders to come in? We'll find out. We'll find out. All right, Baltimore easily, again, I think wins that game. Broncos against the Colts. Unfortunately, I picked the Colts. Colts look like a really good team. I want the Broncos to win. I truly hope the Broncos can can win this game. They won their game last week, but the offense seemed like it struggled a little bit. Defense was pretty decent, so we'll see what happens. 71% of people picked the Broncos. I hope they're right. The Colts, in my opinion, have a strong chance to really win this game. But for my sake, against my pick'ems, please, Denver, take that game over. Win the game. All right, Carolina Panthers against the Arizona Cardinals. The Carolina Panthers, of course, lost to us last week, 26-10. Jags, by far the most physical team, as Liam Cohen said. It was by far. We were the most physical. We had, 3 turnovers, 2 turnovers on down, 5 total, as Liam liked. I never thought about it that way. You got turnovers on down. It's technically a turnover, right? Turnover on down. 5 turnovers for the boys. Cardinals looked fairly decent last week. Again, I don't know much about the Cardinals. I know Kyler Murray. I know they've got Marvin Harrison Jr. Calais Campbell went back. This is his retirement year. Can the Cardinals start 2-0? I think so. 94% of the people also think that as well. Philadelphia, this is a big game. Philadelphia Eagles against Kansas City Chiefs. This is a Super Bowl matchup, rematch. 72% of the people pick the Eagles. I pick the Eagles. After watching the games last week, after watching the Chargers somewhat dismantle the Kansas City Chiefs, I think the Chargers looked like the better team. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles played a close game against Dallas. We said this before, Dallas could have won that game. But Dallas is also a good team. But I think Philadelphia is a better team than the Chiefs this year. The Chiefs have some banged up guys. They're missing a couple of wide receivers. They commit a lot of penalties on the offensive line, a lot of false starts, a lot of holding. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a by far better disciplined team. I think they for sure get the dub there. I'm not, the only game I'm second guessing myself on so far is the Denver Colts game. I really wanted to pick the Broncos. Eric said we're not allowed to change our picks. I want to change my pick. It says I'm allowed to. It said it only locks at 4:05. But Eric said we're not allowed. I'm letting Eric, the pick'ems was Eric's idea. I'm letting him hold fast. Everybody else can change their picks if they want to. We're not allowed to. But I think Denver's actually going to win that game. But so far, that's the only game that I wanted to change my mind on. But yeah, Philadelphia for sure is winning the game here. All right, Atlanta Falcons over Minnesota Vikings. I think the Falcons have a pretty decent team. This very well could be an upset, but I don't think it's going to be. The Vikings, they did not have a good first half. It was okay. I'll say it was an okay first half. Third quarter did not look good, but fourth quarter, J.J. McCarthy locked in. That's a quarterback that you want right there. A quarterback that can lock in and win you a game when it matters. He did that. I think J.J. McCarthy had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter. I don't think you can beat that right now, especially the Falcons, who are still somewhat rebuilding. I think the Vikings have a better team. They're a better coached team, I think. I like their coach there in Minnesota. I think they do handily win that game. Then we got Tampa Bay against Houston. That's a Monday night game. I will be watching that game. I hate watching Texan games because for some reason when I watch the Texans play live, they like to pull off some shit. I'll tune into Texans games, especially last year and the year before, and they would be behind by like a field goal or a touchdown or something like that. Then I would start watching the Texans game, and then they would somehow pull off a victory. I don't like that. I don't like that. But I don't think that's going to happen this week. I'm going to watch from start to finish. I think Tampa Bay is a better team. I think they're going to win the game. Texans are going to be 0-2, just like the Titans. Now, if the Colts can lose and we can win, we're at the top of the division. I want to see that for sure. We need the Texans, the Titans, and the Colts to lose, and we need to win the game. We need to take advantage of this week, and then we need to keep going. If we're 2-0 and everybody else is behind us, we got to keep the foot on the gas. We got to keep going, man. We got to beat the Texans next week, but let's focus on today, and then tomorrow I got the Texans losing against the Bucs. All right, last game of the week. We got Monday night at 10 p.m. I will not be staying up late to watch that game. Not going to happen. I've got the Chargers beating the Raiders. Like I said, Chargers looked fantastic against the Chiefs last week. Raiders looked fairly good. I will say, hey, they got Pete Carroll in. I like Pete Carroll as a coach. I like Geno as a quarterback as well. But I think Los Angeles is a better coach team. I think they have the better talent on the team. They have the better quarterback. They have the better defense. The Chargers, again, 90% of the people picked the Chargers. I agree with that 100%. How many total points will be scored in the Chargers versus Raiders? I said 50. I think it could happen. So, what's up, Marcus? Yes, our game is at 1, 10 o'clock your time since you are on the West Coast. But for sure, it is at 1 o'clock. And we just talked about that. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I like what the Jags did last week. I know the delay kind of messed with us a little bit. Trevor looked great in the first half. Then in the third quarter, Trevor did not look that good. I blame a little bit on the delay, and then going into halftime, things just felt a little stale on offense, but the defense held steady, kept it going. They did give up that one touchdown in the second half for the Panthers to come back on us. Well, I won't say come back on us, but they got their score up to 10 points. This is going to be a closer game. This is a tougher game. This is a good offense. But Cincinnati struggled against the Browns. I know that the coaches and the players watch that tape. Let's exploit the Bengals' weaknesses. Let's attack them. You know, like Liam says, attacking. We need to be fundamentally sound. We need to, just, again, keep the foot on the gas, exploit their weakness, and just keep it going. Just keep it going. So many people against us in this game, I believe we can win. Yeah, like we're looking here, 91% of the people are picking the Bengals to win. But a lot of those people don't watch the Jags. They watch the Bengals. They don't know that. They're like, yeah, they beat the Panthers, whatever. It's just the Panthers. It's just the Panthers. But those same people that said it's just the Panthers were the ones picking the Panthers to beat us last week because they didn't have faith in us. All of Twitter last week, Panthers fans and non-Panthers fans were saying that the Panthers were a better team than us. Now this week, they're switching up and saying, oh, it was just the Panthers. You can't say that. You can't pick the Panthers to beat us, and then when we beat the Panthers, you cannot say, oh, it's just the Panthers. They suck. No. You can't backtrack on your words. You can't do that. The Jags are a good team. Yes, they are not complete. I will say that 100%. The Jags are not a complete team yet, but I still think the Jags are a really good team. And I think the Bengals struggle early. They struggled against the Browns. I think we have a really good chance of exploiting the weaknesses and getting the dub. Like I said, 27-23. I don't know who all's in here. Do we have final score predictions for Jags, Bengals? I want to know. I want to know. Nick says, thank you, so annoying. Exactly. Just like our next game against Texans, it will be all about CJ. They will. They've been talking shit about CJ, but next week CJ will be their savior. The media will hype up CJ Stroud. That's the score I said, Marcus. 27-23, Jags on top. But yeah, no, they've been talking, the media's been talking shit about CJ, saying he's regressed a lot in his third year. Last year, they saw it. He didn't play well, but next week they're going to say, oh yeah, he's got the Jags. This is an easy victory. Easy victory. They're going to say it. Even if we beat the Bengals. I don't know. There will be some people that agree with us. Even Colleen Wolfe, who has been a Jags hater for a long time. I don't know if she hates the Bengals. Maybe she's a Steelers or a Ravens fan or something. I don't know. Maybe she hates the Bengals, but she chose us to win, and she absolutely does not choose us to win ever. So, 95% of the media is scared for the Jags and Trevor to be good because that will invalidate 4 years of their take saying Trevor is a bust. Exactly. They want Trevor to suck because they've said he sucks. They do not want to go on TV and say, hey, I was wrong. You know, it's easy to do. If you have a good, like, moral compass, right? If you say something wrong, which I have said many times, I have said a lot of wrong things, but if you're able to get in front of a camera and say, hey, I was wrong. You know, my take was bad. I was not informed correctly on the things that were happening. My bad. Like, I was wrong. That's all it takes. And people would respect you a lot more than you just running your mouth constantly and burying people. It's okay to give your take. I say the Panthers suck, right? What if the Panthers win out? If the Panthers win out the rest of their games, then I'm like, oh, you know, the Panthers don't suck. We just caught them off guard week 1. It's easy to say. But does my opinion still stand right now that I think the Panthers suck? Yes. But that opinion can change if things change. There's variables that change, right? We'll see. We'll see. Hope those penalties, we won't have so many this week. Yeah, so, yeah, I said it earlier. The Jags have to clean up on penalties. That hit us hard last week. You don't win a game 26-10 with as many penalties and penalty yards as we had last week. You don't win those types of games. We were a better coached team even with those penalties. We were able to keep the game at a heavy lead, and we won. Now, can we do that against a team like the Bengals? Absolutely not. We cannot have those types of penalties. Now, if we clean it up and only have a couple penalties, I don't think we're going to go penalty less. I think we're going to have some penalties, but we by far cannot have as many. J-Lo picking Joe. J-Lo? Like Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez chose the Bengals? Jenny from the block chose the Bengals? Jordan. Oh, okay. Sorry. Jordan Lewis? Wait, Jordan Lewis? Hold on. Our own player can't be choosing another team to win. Where did you see this? Oh, he's going to pick him off. I was like, you got to be kidding me. He's picking the Bengals? Okay. Yeah, sometimes you got to it's still early in the morning for me. I could see that happening. Jordan Lewis. Yeah, when you said J-Lo, I was like, Jennifer Lopez? Okay. See, my brain, you say J-Lo, I think Jennifer Lopez. And then when you say you followed up with our cornerback, then I'm still thinking that he's picking the Bengals. All good, all good. Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah, he will pick off. I would like to see multiple turnovers from the Bengals. If we could get the same amount, if we could get 2 picks out of Joe Burrow today, by far would be a win for us. If we can pick Joe Burrow off twice, that would be a win. That would be a win. All right, now let's lock in. It's 10:30. Let's check out my fantasy team, guys. Let's check out my fantasy team for the day. Oh my God, is there a way, is there settings on here to turn this? This is video settings. Is there a way to make this like the dark screen? I can't do this. This is too bright. I'm dying. I see the light, boys. I see the light. All right. I'm going up against Palm Bay Sun. I'm going up against Palm Bay Sun. I've got Josh Allen. He's got C.J. Stroud. I think for sure Josh Allen wins that. Christian McCaffrey going up against New Orleans. They are without Brock Purdy. We're going to see a lot of Christian McCaffrey. I think by far he should dominate Chase Brown, right? That should be a win on that side for me. Christian McCaffrey against Chase Brown. Breece Hall against Buffalo. They might run the ball a lot. Omari and Hampton, though, looked really good running back for the Chargers. That one might be a close one. That one, and they even have it 15.4, 15.7. A.J. Brown against Kansas City. He had one target. Last week. Can he get more targets? They're actually talking about trades. People have said that the Eagles have been contacted about an A.J. Brown trade. That'd be crazy. I want to see A.J. Brown absolutely go off today, though. He has C.D. Lamb with a couple of drops, but they are going up against the Giants. I think that could be huge for him against me right there. I want to jump ahead real quick. I'll get back to these two guys, but I picked Keon Coleman. He got a touchdown last week in the primetime game against the Ravens. I like him paired up with Josh Allen as my QB. Maybe we can get some double points rolling in today. God, you know what? Looking at fantasy football reminds me. I forgot to redo my Python script, so I'm not going to have my fantasy stuff for today either. This week, my brain was just not there, so. All right, we got Keon Coleman, Tyreek Hill going up against New England. Tyreek Hill, he's starting to, I'm going to say slow down, but that's not him, like, speed-wise. He's still very fast. I'm saying slow down as in, as the years go by, you know, as a fantasy football guy, you know, even in, like, just games, just not even thinking about fantasy football, Tyreek Hill hasn't been that devastating as a guy. Not like he used to be. They're talking about even trading him back to the Chiefs. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. I don't want to see it, especially week 5. If they got Tyreek Hill going up against us week 5, that's all they're going to freaking talk about. Everybody's going to be like, Chiefs have this handle. Even if we're 4-0 going into that game, if they get Tyreek Hill back, that's all they're going to talk about. But I like Keon Coleman going in. Evan Ingram. Did I get that dude? No, he's still alive. There is a little bug in here flying around. I have Brenton Strange in as my tight end. Evan Ingram, he was injured going up. They did say he is playing in this game. But I like having Brenton Strange in against Cincinnati. I think Brenton could possibly get some receptions here. I think we could even see him getting a touchdown today against Cincinnati. They elevated another tight end as well. I think we're going to see a lot of the run game, but if we could have a tight end package in the red zone for a touchdown, I think we for sure, maybe we even get a couple touchdowns out of Brenton Strange today. Who knows? That would be huge. If we got 2 Brenton Strange touchdowns for me, for fantasy, that would just elevate the team to be able to win. So I like Brenton Strange here. I like Evan Ingram, but with that injury he had going into this game, he might not be getting as many receptions. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. JSN, I'm hoping he can step up against Pittsburgh. That could be a shootout type game there, especially with Aaron Rodgers, the type game they had last week. We'll see about that. Henderson injured. Who will be on the defensive line? Not sure. 33.5 receiving yards. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. He might not have, again. He might not have that many receiving yards, but I think red zone packages for tight ends, like we saw last week with what was it? Was it Hunter Long that caught that touchdown pass? I think we're going to see some tight end packages in the red zone. So even if he doesn't have that many yards, I think we could see some touchdowns from Brenton Strange. So I don't know. I like that there. I should have played the Packers defense. They were projected 5.1. What did they get? The projection was 5.1. I thought they had like 11. Yeah. Well, oh no, never mind. They had 11 against Detroit. They ended with 6. All right. Well, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe the Eagles. Come on, buddy. I think I got him, dude. Boys, I think we got him. All right. Well, if they only got 6 points, maybe the Eagles can get some takeaways from Kansas City today. Maybe I made the right decision there. Maybe we'll see some good stuff from the Eagles defense. We can only hope. I think the majority of the NFL world, especially fans, I won't say media, I think the majority of the NFL fan base wants the Eagles to beat Kansas City today. Now, do we want to see the Eagles in back-to-back Super Bowls? Probably not. But we'll see. Just keep the Eagles are going to make the playoffs. Let's hope that the Chiefs don't even make the playoffs. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? All right, then I got Cameron Dicker. I wanted to get Cam Little. I got Cam Dicker instead of Cam Little. But Cameron Dicker's still a good kicker. Monday night, he's going to be my last player. He's going to be the last player. Oh, no, he's got Omari and Hampton. So I got a running back going up against a kicker on the late night Monday Night Football. Hopefully I have a hefty lead by the time that rolls around. We'll see what happens. He's got a lot of 1 o'clock players. He's got 1 4:05 and a 7 p.m. He's got Stroud. I have nothing but 1 o'clock and then 2 4:25s. So this game is going to come down to a Monday night nail biter, except I'll be asleep for that 10 o'clock game. I'll have to wake up and see if I want it. Jalen Waddle, I would have kept in, but I think I like Keon Coleman a little bit more than having Jalen Waddle or George Pickens in at that spot. I'm thinking about taking out JSN and swapping with George Pickens, especially since they're going with the Giants. What do you guys think about that? Colts got to lose this week. I agree. I picked the Colts to win. I hope they lose. But what do you guys think? Should I swap out JSN for George Pickens? I need to go to my team. Give me the word. I mean, he is projected less, but I don't know. I think going up against the Giants, I kind of like that there. I mean, CeeDee Lamb could get a lot of those, but I don't know. I'm going to do it. Up to me. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I know, it's a tough decision. Oh, my God. I don't know. I mean, if they're going up against Pittsburgh, like I said, it could be a shootout. Yeah, but Sam Darnold didn't look that good, right? I like JSN, though. Just not with Sam Darnold as his quarterback. I'm doing it. I'm putting in George Pickens over JSN. If I'm wrong, whatever. If what's his name comes back and has a better week. I don't know. I could be wrong. I won last week by 30 points. So, but I will say, I think last week, let's see how many points he scored last week. I think I'm definitely going up against a more difficult team. No, 101. I still would have won last week if I went up against him. I don't know. We'll see here. I think by far, CJ Stroud, he has the potential to only get like 10 points, right? And I think Josh Allen, going up against the Jets has the potential to get 30 plus points. Then Chris McCaffrey with backup quarterback in, he's going to get heavy carries. I think these two guys alone could carry that for me. So we'll see. I'm leaving this. This is going to be my final fantasy team. That's my final fantasy lineup for this week. I'm 1-0. I'm third in the league so far. Going up against somebody who's 0-1. Let's see if I can keep that rolling. Let's see if we can go 2-0 in fantasy. You think Giants will beat Cowboys? It could happen. I doubt it. Giants looked pretty bad last week, and the Cowboys held their own against the Eagles. They had mistakes messing them up, so let's crack open a Coke Zero. Not a sponsor yet, but if you guys keep hitting the like button and you guys keep showing up to these streams, I'll have me a freaking fridge of freaking Coke Zeros in the back behind me. But you guys got to keep hitting that like button. I'm also live on X. I'm trying that out. We're seeing how this goes. Haven't had anybody chatting over there, but we've had some people, give us a view over there. We'll see how this ends up. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to start doing my DraftKings. Last week we put in 10. We did $10. We did 2 $5 entries. Are there any more $5 entries? No, but there's some $3 entries. We could do a couple $3 entries and see how that turns out. See if we can make some money. Let's do some $3 entries. Here we go. All right. Should we spend big early on a quarterback, or should we take a? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do here? Some people might say this is wasting $3, right? I think Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna save a little bit of money on my my DraftKings here. I'm gonna save a little bit of money. I'm going Trevor Lawrence as my quarterback. I think he has a great game. Now, Chicago, Detroit. It's going to be a tough game. I'm taking Swift as a running back here. I think Swift has a hell of a game. We saw some good stuff out of him last week. I think he continues. Now, I'm going to spend a little extra money here again. We're going to spend big. We're taking Christian McCaffrey. I think he has a huge game against San Francisco. Now we need some wide receivers that I think can stand out and get something going, but we need some value here. We need value. Devonta Smith, somewhat value, 5,600. We're taking Devonta Smith against Kansas City. I think he had a great game. I think he continues to have a good game against Kansas City. We're taking him. More wide receivers here. You know what? We're taking against New Jersey. They're in New Jersey. Against the Jets, New York Jets. We're going to take Shakur. I think he's good. I cannot mess up the Etienne brothers again because they're not playing each other. They are not playing each other. Cooper Kupp is not with Seattle. Yes, he is. Sorry. Cooper Kupp is with Seattle. What am I thinking? He's not with the Rams. In my mind, he's always been with Seattle. For some reason, his face just looks like when they post the pictures of him in the Seattle jerseys, it just looks like he's always been there. So, let's see. Can we get some value here? We need some value. Somebody who's gonna make something happen against a team. We need some good value. Hopkins, Baltimore. We're taking Hopkins. Baltimore against Cleveland. Hopkins should get a touchdown and some yardage, right? Now we need a tight end. We got. You know what? Let's save that. Let's get a good defense. Let's get a good defense for the day. Who's gonna hold a team to low points? Arizona defense. Ravens defense against Cleveland. I'm taking that. All right, so we need a tight end. Oh, we're spending wisely here, boys. George Kittle's out. We're not taking him. Absolutely not. We got McBride from Arizona going up against Carolina. That could be a good pick. Jags defense. The game today at 1 o'clock, Jags Bengals, that has a potential to be somewhat of a shootout. I'm not going to take the Jags defense on this one. I don't like the offensive matchup right now, but I do like the Jags defense. But as of now, I don't like the matchup. Ferguson, I can go Turd Ferg here. Hunter Henry against Miami. Ingram again coming off that injury. I don't know how he's going to perform today. Mark Andrews, we've already got Hopkins. Potentially could be a Mark Andrews type of day. We got Laporta. Let's take Sam Laporta. All right, now we need a flex. Who's going to be? We've got 7,400. We got a pretty good option here at flex. What's up, Zach? How are you? Welcome in. We got a flex option here. Who is a good flex option? We got 7,400. We've got some good players to choose from. We just can't take these top 5 guys. A-Chain, whatever his name is. Taylor had a good game last week going up against Denver, though. I could take Brian Thomas Jr. You think we're taking Brian Thomas Jr. We're going to give our boy a chance here. Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr., if we have that connection going, I've got faith in Trevor. Trevor is what was able for us to set up Chris McCaffrey, Devontae Smith, players like that, and a top defense like the Ravens. And we're still saving $700 on that pick there. Man, I was so pissed when they called that pick 6 back. It was so cool to see one live. Yeah, man. I hated it too, but we still won the game. We could have won by a lot more, but it is what it is. We still got the victory. We're 1-0. We're looking good going into this game. It's going to be a good, bright, sunny, hot day. 90 degrees today, which is one of the hottest games ever recorded in Cincinnati. That's the advantage, Jags, right there. Jags have the advantage right there. Fans were booing so loud I didn't even hear what the penalty was. Yeah, I know, yeah. Fans, you gotta love it, man. Fans were going crazy, man. What is this? We got a $1 bet? Oh, submitted. Wait a minute. What are we doing here? Click on this. What did I do? Did I just put my same lineup? Hold on. Let me go to my lineups. Edit. Assign lineup. Not for that one. That's that one. So now we need to edit and then assign a new team to the $1 one. So now let's do another team. Now let's do a heavy hitter. I think Trevor's going to be a heavy hitter, but let's actually do a heavy hitter at quarterback. Let's do Josh Allen. And then I'm taking another heavy hitter. We're doing 2 heavy hitters, then we're going to get some value. The crazy thing about the weather delay is that it didn't even rain hard once. Yeah, I know. It's just they have a rule that if there's lightning within a 10-mile radius, they have to do it. It sucks, but fan safety and all that is that's respectable. But at the same time, an hour and 16 minutes that takes the wind out of the sails. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got 2 heavy hitters. Let's go ahead and take a defense here. Let's go ahead and take a good defense. What's a matchup that we like here? What's a matchup that we like here? Could go Patriots against Miami because Miami they don't look good. Miami's offense just does not look good. But there's always a chance that they look good this week. I mean, they still have Tyreek Hill and Waddle, right? So that can always happen. Pittsburgh's defense against Seattle. Seattle didn't look that great. Let's go Steelers defense here. Let's go Steelers defense. Now let's go with our tight end. Let's pick a decent tight end here. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I like Dalton Kincaid. I like to double up on some players. So Josh Allen and Kincaid. So we're doubled up on Buffalo. I like how that could potentially turn out. So we got Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Dalton Kincaid, and the Steelers defense. Now we need to pick. Let's save another running back for a little bit later. We got 27,000. We got to get some value picks here. Marvin Harrison Jr. against Carolina. I like that all day. Give that to me for 5,800. Now we need 2 more wide receivers. And then we need another running back and a flex. You know what? We've already said it. How's Waddle? What's this? What's he got going on here? What's Waddle got going on here? Shoulder, doesn't have an injury designation for Sunday's game. So Waddle's in. Could go Waddle here. I'm going Waddle. Like I said, Miami has a chance to turn it around this week and actually have a good game offensively. I think it could happen. Yeah, they were, Zach, which is what, it makes me weary about it, about taking a player like that for this. But, going up against the Patriots, I don't know. I mean, they should have looked good against the Colts. They should have looked better. You know what? Yeah, I'm taking Waddle out. I don't know. You know what? Here's another value pick. Well, Travis Hunter's going to play heavy defense today, right? I don't think he'll be on offense a lot. You know what? Give me the opposite. Give me Stephon Diggs against Miami. Give me the opposite. Let's swap it out. Let's take Diggs against Miami for that pick. You know who I also like right here? I think Carolina's going to lose, but I think it's going to be a good game. Give me Tet McMillan for a touchdown and some yardage. He's going to be a go-to guy. He showed up last week. He was one of the saving graces for Carolina last week, right? He looked really good against us. So, now who can we get here? Let's take old ETN Jr. again. Jack, this is the actual. This is Travis, not Trevor ETN. This is good. All right, we got 6,000 for a flex. So let's go down here. We got to take some value here, but I'm okay with that. Chuba Hubbard. We've got JSN. We've got McBride, another tight end. We could put another tight end in as a flex. Pollard. I don't like Tennessee going up against the Rams. Not going to pick that. Let's see here. Worthy's out. We got Dobbins. I like Dobbins going up against Andy, though. Andy played fairly well. We can go with Devonta Smith again. I'm going with Devonta Smith again because I think he's going to stand out. We're going that. All right, let's take that off and assign the lineup. So now we should have two separate lineups. There we go. We got two separate lineups. We got Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Swift, Smith, Shakur, Hopkins, Laporta, Thomas, and Ravens. Then we got Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, ETN, Marvin Harrison, Ted McMillan, Stephon Diggs, Kincaid, Devonta Smith, and Steelers defense. So I think these are two pretty solid lineups. I like these. Again, the Trevor Lawrence one. Some people might say, why are you taking Trevor? I have faith in my boy today. I have faith in my boy Trevor today. Absolutely think he's going to get out there and he's going to cook today. I like the matchup. I like these matchups. All right, so I'm going to save. We've got two entries. I'm going to do two entries every Sunday. So, what's up, Paul Bay? Let's get it ready for the day, boys. Let's go. I'm pumped and excited. I am pumped and excited. Let's look at everybody else's matchup. This is something we didn't do last week, but let's do it this week. All right, we've got my brother, Macon Brown, against Icy's. Icy's lost last week. My brother won last week. My brother already has 14.4 points out of Josh Jacobs. And Icy's has 9.8 points out of Terry McLaurin. So, what's the projections here? Total projections. My brother's projected to win 129.7 to 122.1. So, a fairly close game. Fairly high. I did pick the right ETN this week. You want to know why? Because they're not playing the Panthers, and it's easy to tell who's who this time. But I know what to look out for in the future. Even though it's highly unlikely that Travis and Trevor Etienne play against each other again unless it's in a Super Bowl. Especially if we keep Travis. I think if he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to get a good 3-year deal to stay with us. Even if Travis Etienne isn't our starter next year or the year after, I still think we keep him in the locker room and with the other guys. I think you keep someone like Etienne to boost up Bashal Tootin and LaQuint Allen Jr. I truly think you keep him on the team. If he has a standout year this year, you give him a deal, you keep him in here. Even if he's not a starter next year, you keep him in that running back room. But it's got to be a good deal. You got to get it right. Icy's has Joe Burrow. I want to see Joe Burrow not get a lot of fantasy points. I want the Jags to get some takeaways from him. And then my brother has the Texans defense. I hope the Texans defense gets obliterated. So my brother also has Jamar Chase. I don't want to see Jamar Chase get anything done today. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it happen. All right, my brother's projected to win that. All right, here's Sheila's team. Sheila hasn't had anyone playing today. I need to make sure Sheila's lineup is set and ready to go. She has the Jags defense. She has Travis Hunter. And she has Brian Thomas Jr. I've already swapped out Jake Ferguson, the turd Ferg, for Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid has a huge game with the Bills against the Jets, so I think she's going to stand out there. Travis Hunter is tough here. because he might play heavy defense today. I might have to swap. But then again, if he gets like a pick six or something, that's points. He's projected 13.6. She's projected to lose 109.6 to 123.8. He already has 19.7 out of Jaden Daniels. Again, that's Jaden Daniels, huge for him. Jared Goff, he's projected 15.3, but I think he gets more than 15.3. Alvin Kamara, New Orleans against San Francisco, that could be a huge game for him. Kenneth Walker against Pittsburgh's tough. I think Brian Thomas Jr. gets some good yardage and touchdown today. But she could also put in Matt Stafford against Tennessee. What do you guys think for that for her? Should she swap out Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford? Playing against Tennessee. Tennessee's defense didn't play that terrible though last week. I could see that being a thing. I could see I could see the Tennessee Rams game being a little closer. Palm Bay said he definitely would. I'm gonna look into it and see. Cooper Kupp against Pittsburgh also could be a potential swap with Travis Hunter. I don't know. I like Travis Hunter, but again, if he plays more defense, we might not see a lot out of him. And she already has Brian Thomas Jr. They're gonna double up Brian Thomas Jr. though. Keeping in Travis could work. He's got T. Higgins. Let's hope T doesn't get the ball a lot. Hopefully he gets nothing. 0. Absolutely nothing. Rhett, I'm sorry if you're in here. I hope T. Higgins gets no points. 0. Same with Nico Collins on Sheila's side. I love my wife, but I do not want to see Nico Collins score points for her team because he is with Houston. I want to see nothing from him. Mark Andrews against Cleveland. That's going to be big for him, man. These two tight end lineups, I mean, they've got low projections, 9.2 and 7.5. I think both of those guys have a potential this week to get 20 points as a tight end for the fantasy. Really do think that that's going to be huge here. Xavier Worthy's out. Brock Purdy out. Krosky Merritt. Bill. He's going to be the starting running back now. So, Rhett, if you're in here, that's somebody, starting next week. You probably want to put in your lineup. He's going to get a lot of touches, especially flex. I would swap Chuba Hubbard out for Krosky Merritt. Old Bill there. I would do that. And Palm Bay going up against his daughter, Stephanie. Palm Bay. Are you going to win? Are you going to take the dub? Neither of you have had players to play yet. You both have. Oh, she's got a lot of Monday. Well, she's got a lot of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. Then she's got Philly. Baltimore, Minnesota, Kansas City. She is heavy Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay has a good game, she's going to have a good fantasy week. So, but you also have Mike Evans. You're also heavy Jags. You got 3 Jags. You've got 2 Rams. And then you got a Charger. You got TJ Hockenson, which is a good tight end. Going up against Atlanta, I like that. I like Hockenson here. Cade Otton, I don't know. Cade Otton might get as projected. I don't think he goes much over that projected. He might get close to that. Need Pittsburgh defense to wake up. Going against Seattle, yeah, that's a tough one. All right, 2 of the heavy hitters in our league right here. Big Charles and Corbin both had, I think, the top 2 scoring fantasy teams last week, and they're going up against each other. Look at this. Justin Herbert against Lamar Jackson. Bijan Robinson against James Cook. A-Chain against Connor, McConkey, Jordan Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Tyler Warren, Trey McBride, Jonathan Taylor, Cortland Sutton. Patriots defense, Cardinals defense, on both of those. And the kickers are okay, but they had two of the highest scoring teams last week, man. So this is going to be a fun matchup to watch today. I'm going to keep an eye on these. A lot of 405 games for Corbin. A lot of 405s. But he also has his quarterback and running back playing at 1 o'clock. Then we got a few ones, some 405s, and 2 Mondays at 10. Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey. So he's doubled up there on the Chargers. So all of Corbin's players will be done by Monday and at that 7 o'clock game. And then if it's even close leading up to that final game, Big Charles could take it with Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey going in. So Corbin's going to have a hefty lead going into that game. Hefty lead. She dropped Kittle for him. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Kittle is, he's injured till week 5. Which if Kittle was healthy going up against New Orleans, that would have been a big Kittle game, especially with a backup quarterback. Oh, wait, she's got Brock Bowers. Is something wrong with Brock Bowers? I mean, going up against the Chargers, yeah, but I think Brock Bowers would be the guy to play there. I mean, you're going up against her, so you probably don't want to give her any hints, right? You probably don't want to tell her to play Brock Bowers. Also, Shakur, she's got, or Shakir, is it Shakir, Shakur? He is a good flex option. She does have Devontae Smith, though. She's got Zay Flowers, and she's got Emeka Egbuka, so those are 2 good solid guys, and Devontae Smith. I like Shakir, though. Could be a top guy. I wonder if she would trade with me. What do I got that I could trade? She's already got some good tight ends. I would trade her. I don't know. I feel like I need an extra player for the flex for my team. I don't know. I like my team, though. This team has the potential for a good standout game, good high-scoring game. It's got that potential. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see. All right, let me get on Twitter here. I'm going to take a look on Twitter. Let's go over here. Don't have anything playing good. Last week everything was loud. All right, let's check Twitter. Let's see what people are saying here. People are still talking about DJ Lagway. Some people are blaming him. Some people are blaming the coach. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of both. All right, Joe Burrow is getting interviewed by Kyle Brandt. I don't like that they're hyping up the Bengals. What do we got people saying? Justin Jefferson is 26 years old and 90 days old today. And with his first catch tonight versus the Falcons, he'll tie Larry Fitzgerald as the youngest player in NFL history to reach 500 career receptions. Fitzgerald also is exactly 26 years and 90 days old in 2009 when he caught his 500th NFL pass. Wow, that's crazy. They're the exact same age down to the day as long as Justin Jefferson catches a pass, which I have a feeling they're going to do that for him. Like, that might be one of the first plays you see is just a quick crosser or something for JJ. Could see it happen. Gators have no offense. QB is hype. I watched a little bit of that game last night. We were in and out. I had it up all game. What was it? What was the ending? 20-10. It was Look at that Cam Little rolling up. Tyson Campbell rolling up. A lot of people are agreeing with me on the score here. We've got somebody saying Jags 27, Bengals 24. I said Jags 27, Bengals 23. So, going to be close on that one as well. Yeah, this is... Oh, God, there's Mac Jones. Ready to make his first start with the 49ers. He will have been a starter for 3 teams rolling up going in today. Miami put an ass whooping to South Florida. What was that score of that game? I didn't even see the score of that game. $48-12. Damn, that is an ass whooping. Holy shit. What's your score prediction for the Jags game today, Palm Bay? What do you got there? There's Travis Hunter. Rolling in, looking fresh. Looking fresh. And that's the NFL. NFL just, they love him some Travis Hunter, which I am happy with. We gotta win. We gotta win this game, boys. We gotta win this game, boys. We are less than 2 hours away from the Jags game. The game will start less than 2 hours. All know Cleveland Brown wishing Deshaun Watson a happy birthday. You guys think Deshaun Watson will play football next year? 28-24, Jags. See, that's very similar to mine as well. I said 27-23. Everybody has that same prediction that it's going to be close. This is going to be a nail biter today, boys. I took my blood pressure medicine. If you take blood pressure medicine, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it. Look, I got my medicines here. Look at that. Sunday AM. All of them already done. Already down the hatch. Make sure you guys are taking your blood pressure meds. Alright, let's see here. Alright, Fox Sports is in Kansas City getting ready for that game. Has the NFL been doing this type? I know they go to the different stadiums and stuff, but it now feels like Fox is doing like the college game day stuff now, right? Like I remember they used to do it in front of a small crowd, but now they're like they got huge crowds here. They used to not do that. Now it feels like everybody is kind of doing that that college game day thing. Joe Flacco back in Baltimore. Deshaun Watson is still guaranteed $86 million through 2026. When you look up fleece in the dictionary, it's just a picture of Deshaun Watson getting a massage. You know? I'm guessing Tom Brady's calling the Eagles Chiefs game today. He's at the game day stuff. I'm getting pumped up, boys. I'm getting pumped up. I'm ready for today. I'm ready to get rocking and rolling here. Let me get back to Twitter here. Again, first time doing this on Twitter for this style. Also, I've been wanting to make this a 2-hour show, but I feel like I can get everything done that I want in a 1-hour show. I might start doing this at 11 a.m. to 12 instead of 10. That would still give me some extra time. But we got through everything that I wanted to get through. We went over the pick'ems. We did all that. We went over fantasy. We did all that. Then we did the DraftKings lineup. We did all that. I might do another $1 entry. I might do another $1 entry. Let's do that. Let's do one more $1 entry. Lobby. $1 for oh no, the $1 have gone. Oh no, there it is. Enter again. Create new lineup. Create new lineup. All right. Let's take Lamar Jackson this time. Lamar Jackson. We're going to take Saquon Barkley this time. We're going to mix it up a little bit. You know what? We're going to go heavy hitters here. We're getting Christian McCaffrey. I'm already wasting some money here. We're going to get Brian Thomas Jr. for this one. We're going to get Sutton. I'm going to take George Pickens. We're running low here. We're running low. We've got a lot of heavy hitters, but we're doing this. We're doing this. I'm taking Bears defense. They looked pretty decent last week. All right, we need 2 absolute. We're taking Brenton Strange here. No, we're not, because we've got Brian Thomas Jr. Let's not do that. Let's not double up there. Let's not double up there. We need value. We need value at our flex and our tight end spot. You know what? We got Bears defense. Get destroyed by my bot. Get destroyed by my bot. We're going Higbee. We're going Higbee. Now we need a flex. We need a value flex. A super value flex here. Super value flex. Oh my God, 3,100. What do we got here? Van Jefferson. No. Who has had a standout game? We're not taking Restrepo. I don't even think he's on their team anymore. Oh, we might have to drop somebody and redo this because we're getting into the territory of people who are not playing. We're getting to that territory of people who are not playing ball today. There's just something about this pick. We're taking a value pick, Sanders, tight end, as our flex. We're entering that in. We got a lot of heavy hitters in this one. I'll take Higbee and Sanders here at the end. Look at this lineup, though. Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, George Pickens, Cortland Sutton, Brian Thomas Jr. All this alone right here could get me some money, right? So now we have 3 lineups. We got these, which we've kind of done some heavy hitters, but we've saved some stuff here. But this one is a lot like heavy hitters early. We had to go with some low stuff here. Look at this, Higbee. Oh, is it 0? Is he even going to play? Is Higbee playing? He played 35 snaps on offense, but he did not get the ball. So he's due for the ball. All right, he's going to get the ball. Higbee touchdown. We're predicting it. Higbee touchdown. Nobody's playing Higbee. I'm playing Higbee. If he gets me a touchdown, that's going to launch me up against everybody. I like it. I like it. I feel like I'm going to win some money today, boys. We used every bit of my my salary, too. Every bit of my salary on that last one. I like it. I like these three. All right, going back to Twitter. Let's see what Twitter's got going on. Hold up. Is this a recent letter? No, maybe this was a letter in the off season. I think somebody just retweeted it. Dear Gator or Gator Nation, I want to let you know that Billy Napier will continue as the head football coach of the Florida Gators. Yeah, that's not recent. People are saying we have the best game of the day. I agree. You got Baltimore, Cleveland, which is going to be a blowout. Nobody wants to watch the Giants. A lot of people hate Dallas, so boom. Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins stink. Patriots are mid. Going to be a weird game. Bills, Jets could be a good game. I actually think that's going to be a solid game. Rams, Tennessee. Rams should handle them. Denver against Colts. That'll be a bland game, I think, in my opinion. Falcons and Vikings tonight. That'll be a weird game. Yeah, I think we have the best game of the day. Sauce Gardner in week 1. Gardner recorded 92.3% lockdown rate, the highest rate in the NFL in week 1. So could be tough for the Bills, but I still think their offense is too good. Too good. Oh, here we go. Got a nice shot of the Bengals Stadium here. Looks cloudy there today. Do we have to look up the weather again? Hold on. Let's look up the weather. Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, it's not 90 degrees there. People are saying it's going to be 90 degrees. It's 78. Feels like 80. I mean, I guess it could warm up a little bit. 85? Nah, it's not going to be as hot as they said it was going to be. So, partly cloudy. So it is kind of cloudy, but it's just partly. Partly cloudy, mostly sunny, mostly sunny, mostly sunny. So they're not expecting any rain today, but there is a little bit of cloud cover, which kind of adds to the cooling effect there. So, yeah, not bad. Going to be a good football day. Jags need to take advantage. No weather delay this week. Take advantage of and exploit everything you see. Any kind of advantage you could take over the Bengals, you lock it in. Take it. Here we go. I just saw it. Jags just posted a hot one in the jungle, 83 degrees. Not as hot as it would be in Jacksonville. I think 83 to them, Jags are going to go in there and they're going to be like, oh, man, this feels nice. They should be able to unleash today, baby. Now's the time. 11:30. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting excited. I'm ready to go. I want to see big things out of I want to see big things out of the Jags today, boys. I really do. I really do. All right. Weather's going to be good. We went over pick'ems. Fantasy. I'll keep up with fantasy during the games as well. Also, my lineups. I will keep up with my fantasy lineups also. Guys, if you're still in here, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get ready for the 1 o'clock game. I will be live probably around 12:30, 12:45. So I hope to see you guys there. I'm staying on the stream. I don't need Eric mute me again. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, Palm Bay, we understand you're a little ahead sometimes. We enjoy you being in the chat. At least I do. I can't speak for everybody. I really do enjoy you being in the Discord chat. You add to the excitement, the hype. So, I like you being there. Sometimes you being ahead's a little funny. I like it. Rico, what's up, man? Rico! I'm going back live at 12:30, an hour away from now. So I hope to see you guys there. Hit the like button on this one. We're doing this weekly. I know it's new. A lot of people haven't caught on to it. I know it's early. But the more we do it, the more people will get in here. So I appreciate it. I will be back live in 1 hour. I'm going to hop in the Discord chat. So if anybody wants to hop in there and chat, get ready for this game. I hope to see you guys there. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the likes. Duval!